Good day, I'm Mary Beatrice and I'm part of Group 2 and we will present to you the AFLAC case. So we will present to you firstly the company overview, then the strategy, the SWOT, the traditional reward, benefit and cooperation, and to finish recommendation. So first of all, AFLAC is an insurance company where the activity is mainly in United States and Japan. AFLAC has like a management company for its subsidiary in United States and Japan. The activity are to provide accident, cancer, life, critical illness, dental, vision, hospital, and short-term insurance. All the activities are divided between two segments, one in Japan and the other one in United States. About the philosophy of AFLAC, they want to put people forward, they take care of their employee. Moreover, we can notice they also want to take care of the customer. That's why their mission is to have the best insurance thanks to innovation and quality. So in order to do this, they act for the well-being of the three stakeholders, shareholder, employee, and customer. For AFLAC, keep their best employee is really important. First of all, to earn us the competition, they analyze before what really are the company needs. Then they constantly evaluate the satisfaction of their employee thanks to survey, for example. During this evaluation, they take care of job certification, employee retention, and financial well-being and security. And they also have a voluntary insurance, and they did survey to know how this insurance can impact on their satisfaction. How the company uses its own products and services to earn us the total compensation for its employee. So, first, they give to the employee their product and service at a lower price or freely. Then they give rewards at the employee which had a good behavior, as example, the volunteer of the month. They help the philanthropic community in health, education, wealth, and art. The last action is the development of the career of employees by providing training and program. They help employees to develop professional and personal skills. Let's now take a look at the SWOT analysis presented by my teammate Alejandro.
Well, my name is Alejandro, and I'll show the SWOT analysis. As we can see on the strengths part, we have considered that the AFLAC has a strong brand recognition, the one who has led them being recognized for moreover 13 times as one of the companies which is more admired around the world. Also, we can add that they have a market leadership. Over the years, AFLAC has been positioned as one of the leaders on the accident and health insurance industry, which has led them to be one of the most trustful insurance companies on the sector. To end up with the strength, they have the first mover advantage in the increasingly crowded marketplace where they are situated. The new products are rapidly increasing and AFLAC market share in the insurance. Talking now about the weaknesses of the company, we have the cost of the salaries and the turnover of the employees, which is concerning the AFLAC leaders and ends up with a higher payments on salaries to maintain their qualified personnel on the firm. In addition to this, we have the problem of building a new supply chain network because due to the globalization of technology and artificial intelligence, the business model of the AFLAC has been altered. This means they will have to restructure the whole processes, which will cost a lot of investment. Finally, we can get known that the business model of AFLAC can be easily imitated by different competitors. To overcome this, the company has to innovate in a continuous way, and it sometimes can be very expensive. We have seen the internal factors. Now, let's see the external ones, which are threats and opportunities. Let's start with the threats. The most recent threat shown is that the bad trade relation between the US and China, which will affect AFLAC growth plans and can lead to a full-scale trade war affecting AFLAC operations in China. Also, the international competitors are now facing challenges to AFLAC on innovation and quality of service. To end up with the weaknesses we have, the technological expertise can be tied up with the local collaborators, and this will represent a problem for AFLAC as the intellectual property is not very strong on emerging markets like China. To finish it up with the SWOT analysis, we have the opportunities of AFLAC starting with expansion of the economy of Japan and the US, which are two of the markets where they are operating now will allow them to grow with the economy on a competitive market. We can add that the accelerated technological innovation and advances are improving industrial productivity, allowing suppliers to manufacture vaster array of products and services. This can help AFLAC to significantly venture into adjacent products, and last, the compensation they give to the collaborators allows them to tie it up with some local people which has knowledge and can help to develop a global process. Now I'll give the pass to my teammate Camille.
Hi, it's Camille. We will speak about the reward in the AFLAC enterprise. First, the enterprise has two main objectives with the reward. It wants to win in productivity and keep an employee in the enterprise. Why? Generally, a satisfied employee works better than another employee who is boring by his job. So, with the rewards, AFLAC encourages the employee satisfaction and by the same way, his productivity. Is it beneficial for an enterprise to have less turnover? When an employee stays for a long time, he knows the company, his procedure, and his practice. Often, he is more performant than a stranger in the same job. And to find a new employee has a cost: time, money, the time to do a new meeting, to find a new profile. So, it's an objective to keep an employee during a long time. To complete these two main objectives, AFLAC implements traditional reward and not traditional rewards. To propose traditional reward, competitive salary, benefit package, life insurance, accident protection insurance. Nevertheless, this reward are not the most important for the employees, so AFLAC has adapted to the market. The enterprise has understood that employees find good work conditions and support his customer and their way of life. AFLAC proposes no traditional reward to adapt to the employee wishes. It makes effort in the enterprise, give a continued training, like that an employee have pure value in the whole and on this world. It proposes good work conditions and help to support the way of life, and it conserves a positive brand image, like that employees are proud of their company and they can defend the company values outside. Employees are the first ambassador in the firm, and it's important for the enterprise that employees keep a good image of the society. Now I will give the pass to my teammate Juliette.
It's Juliette, and I'm here to explain to you how the company aligns benefits with its corporate values. For that, we have to know first what are the corporate values of the company. The philosophy of this corporation is the credo. Since its beginning, AFLAC has believed that the best way to succeed in our business is to value people. Treating employees with care, dignity, and fairness are founding principles of AFLAC. Indeed, AFLAC provides quality products and services at a competitive price to their customers. But the company also provides good workplace to the employee in order to be a company where working is pleasant. Indeed, the employee satisfaction is important to the company, and they listen to every feedback of them in order to improve themselves. They also give rewards to the employee, like offering to employee an insurance at lower price. They also allow the employee to follow programs which teach them better skills and permit them to be promoted easier. Moreover, in order to bring new qualifying employees and keep their employees, they give competitive salaries. All of the efforts of the company is maintaining a good atmosphere in the work office. Is awarded with a surveys of the employees that shows really good results, with, for example, 19% of employees were attracted to and remain at AFLAC because of the company reputation. Moreover, the unemployment rate in the insurance industry was at 3.3% in March 2008, which is a rate low which is a rate below the average, which also shows that the company tries to find the best qualifying employee and keeps them as long as they can. The company is really successful in the USA and in Japan. All the benefits that the company does can be explained by the quality of the insurance that the corporation proposes to the consumer, but also by the productivity to the employees. Indeed, it is thanks to the employee if a company has success. For AFLAC, the credo to explain their success and their benefits, it's all about the employee, which shows that the corporation value, the corporate value of AFLAC about taking care of the employee and of the work environment of them.
My name is Christian Diaz. About the recommendation, in the first point, adapt advantage according to the country and employees' nationalities. AFLAC has operates in Japan and the United States, and they offer several benefits programs for the workers. The market has a great difference in costumes, style life, among other. Likewise, workers are not necessarily from the countries. AFLAC has workers for different nationalities and they have different costumes, traditions, and style life. That's why the company should adjust the benefits program for its workers according to their needs or by country or nationalities, offering a differentiated advantage program to each country. About the second point, the purpose places in good schools and child care center is I think that is the big problem that parents who have children under the age of to 9 to 10 or maybe babies have. So I think that AFLAC seeks to provide a daycare and school service for the employees, following the philosophy of everything is about the employee, seeking to the facilities to their lives of the employees. So that's why they feel more commitment to the company and they have more. They will be more productive. About the insurance from the employees' families, AFLAC operates in one of the most competitive industries in the market. So that's why the human resources are considered one of the most value assessed. So they must be treated well for the company to survive in the competition. Currently, AFLAC offers a variety of benefits to the employees. However, it doesn't offer too much or nothing to the family or the employees. In our opinion, AFLAC should expand the benefits it offers to the employees. For example, they should extend the insurance coverage to the spouses of the children of the employees, or at least they have give a discount about the insurance. Premises that permit that work with good informatic facilities. Improving working conditions such as infrastructure or working equipment provides the employee a better satisfaction. Since AFLAC is dedicated to selling insurance by telephone, the worker team should be better so that employees can carry out their work without problems and obtain a better productivity index. In the last point, implement a software or program to avoid a fraud. Is like that treats AFLAC faces with will affect its rewarding capacity. as they will have a negative effect on the performance. Insurance frauds are increasingly, and they are likely to advertise effect AFLAC. The company's employees will be on the receiving side once the company is affected by the insurance fraud. Employees will have bad image and will not be rewarded accordingly. Natural catastrophes can also affect the company. They will affect your performance and the reward ability.
It's Juliet. AFLAC Company is a successful corporation that exists in the USA and in Japan. The success can be explained by the work of the employees. Indeed, they are more productive than other companies, and that is because AFLAC gives to its employees a better workplace and work atmosphere that the company can, by being careful to the employee surveys and feedback in order to improve itself. But for that, the company has to give competitive salaries, which can be expensive, and it prevents the company to develop more in technology, for example. At the end, AFLAC company is in constantly improvement to offer better products and services to their customers, but also to their employees, because for AFLAC, it is the employees that creates benefits.